Hey everybody, happy Super Bowl Sunday. Tony and I are back with a review for the Blue Collar Beer Gourmet TigerSox series. And we hope that your team is winning. That's what we'll say. Yeah. Some of us support New England Sports Network, some of us don't. So I just hope, in the spirit of camaraderie, that your team is winning if you're watching this video.
That's a nice way to put it. Very bipartisan. And I'm not a Falcons fan. I mean, I'm a Lions fan and a Cardinals fan, but I just would much rather see them win because New England has won 5,229 Super Bowls.
I told you a million times not to exaggerate. But
we're on a roll today, folks.
We
Watch
are,
out.
exactly.
Humor galore. And beer.
We're actually we're getting this done before the game starts. And I will be posting this hopefully before the game starts. That's the plan here because I'd love for you to watch this and then go watch the game. And I certainly don't expect you to watch a video after the game when there's all the coverage and the president's call and all that good stuff. So I'm going to be posting this as we're doing this early in the morning, and I'm going to be posting this hopefully very soon, so you'll be seeing this before the game starts. So, anyway.
Bring on baseball.
Enough of that.
2 months away. 2 months away.
Today is a special day because it is the last of the Christmas ales.
Thank God.
All those clearance Christmas ales I picked up at Total Wine. Well, this is the last of them. But I do want to give a thanks to my man Steve. He always helps me at Total Wine. He did hit me to this shelf. I wouldn't have even known it was there if he hadn't actually said, get over here and let's take a look at this, see if there's anything you want. And I am thankful to him for that. We did get to try some interesting beers. I got to say, out of everything so far, I think the Sam Adams was my favorite. And that was one that I did alone. Out of the four that Tony, or this will be the fourth that Tony and I did.
Right.
We're anticipating this hopefully being, I'm hoping we save the best for last.
I'm optimistic about that.
Yeah. This is an English, this is from an English brewer, Ridgeway Brewing.
Ridgeway.
This is a winter porter in a 16.9 ounce bottle, paid $1.99 for it. And Tony actually read something on the side, so I'm going to let him fill you in on that. And then we'll get into the other thing.
It's called Santa's Butt.
Santa's Butt.
So we haven't even said the best part yet.
That's true.
There's Santa's big, plumber's ass.
Exactly.
He's a plumber's ass.
Got the plumber's crack. Exactly.
Santa's Butt. I mean, who doesn't want to open a beer
called Santa's Butt? And drink it.
If it just said Joe's Butt, I'd be like,
that's
oh,
true.
That sounds kind
Joe
of disgusting.
the plumber's butt. Yeah.
Yeah, like Bob's butt. I'm like, what? Who wants that? But Santa's Butt. I'm thinking
maybe Mrs. Bob.
I'm thinking when he breaks wind, it smells like a cookie, like a gingerbread cookie, and
something like that.
Spices, and you're just like, Santa, keep farting. This is wonderful.
This is powdered toast man farts.
It's delighting. It's delightful, and it's charming. And keep farting, please. So Santa's Butt, yeah. And then on the side of the bottle, this special holiday porter is made for winter, rich and warming, the way they like it at the North Pole. It was inspired by this famous line from a well-loved children's storybook. Quote, and Santa sat on his great butt, enjoying a hearty brew. So, for all of those of you out there that have a great butt.
And I like big butts, and I cannot lie.
I want to do Beavis and Butthead jokes, but we got to get on to the...
Something else that Tony noticed on this is that this is this is an English brewer's take on what Americans want.
That's true. It actually says it was brewed basically... in the UK for the United States.
Yeah.
There it is right there. Yeah. So let's see if they
figured out what it is that Yank audiences truly want, or if this is just one of those cases where someone has
maybe they
culture shock has not.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe they nailed it. Maybe they didn't. But you're getting your porter smell.
Yeah, very brown ale smelling.
Yep, very much so.
Getting a little bit of cocoa notes.
Let's pour and smell.
Slightest bit of chocolate malt smell.
Yeah. You know what it smells like? I mean, early. It smelled like that malto meal you used to have as a kid.
That's exactly what it smelled like. You're right. Like chocolate malto meal.
I haven't had malto meal in 100 years. But
remember the bear that came to the door and asked for more malto meal?
More malto meal? Yeah.
Close the door, Maynard.
Of Ovaltine. Let's see. Where are we at here?
It's very, very dark, actually. Very dark.
I'm trying to make it an equal pour here.
This is
that's fine. I believe in sharing 50-50 with the beer collar, the blue collar beer gourmet.
This is
or I'll be shunned.
You shan't be shunned.
Look at that head.
This
That's
is very
nice.
dark. The head is nice and persistent. It ain't going nowhere. Even as I give it a nice swirl, the head is not going anywhere. I would describe this as at least low carbonation. Very little carbonation.
Color's not really shown up here, but it's like a very dark kettle, dark copper kettle, or maybe with a cherry.
If you can make out the brown on the background of this hop image, that's almost the brown of this ale. I'd say it's very close, as luck would have it.
Getting those winter spices from this, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm picking up a little, I think, nutmeg, I want to say.
A little nutmeg.
Smells great.
Once again, I smell honey. I think I've been smelling a lot of honey in these Christmas ales.
Cocoa, for sure. Like you said, the nibs, like a cocoa nib smell. But I still think malto meal might be.
I think you're right on the money because I smell chocolate malt, and
that's what it is.
Exactly. So shall we?
Malto meal from now on. Absolutely.
Cheers.
And we will say, because it's Santa's butt, Merry Christmas,
Merry
even
Christmas.
though it's February 5th.
Exactly.
And a happy Super Bowl to all, and to all a good night. All right. We poured this one at room temp, by the way.
We did.
This was not chilled at all. My initial reaction is not good.
Once again, this is another one of those beers where
it's bland.
I can't get motivated enough to even dislike it. I feel like I'm tasting water with a kind of high mouthfeel for water. At best, low-high mouthfeel for a beer.
It honestly tastes like if you just put a pitcher of water in the corner of the room and let it soak overnight with strictly put malt in it and maybe threw in some little bit of an element of cocoa, but didn't actually bother to brew anything. It just tastes like flavored
and then
water.
ran it through that seltzer system that carbonates the bubbles enough.
It doesn't taste like a brewed beverage. It tastes like water with. Thank you. There's the soundtrack. Soundtrack to today's episode, brought to you by that guy. No, I don't hate it. I just think it's very bland, boring, and watery. Yeah,
as I said, I can't even get motivated enough to dislike it. If I
feel nothing.
Exactly.
I'm dead inside.
I'm dead inside when it comes to this beer. But that's the truth. If I disliked it, I'd at least have a feeling about it. This is like,
what else is after, I don't know about you, but after a few sips, it seems like it's getting weaker and weaker and weaker.
It really does.
Yeah.
It wasn't only a 6% ABV, so we weren't expecting a huge alcohol kick to it. And 6% is about where a porter would come in normally.
This doesn't seem like I know that they said they brewed it for the U.S., but I have a really hard time believing that this was brewed in the U.K. because this is really a style that they specialize
exactly,
in.
Exactly, yeah. You'd expect the English to make a porter.
They make porters damn well.
Let me put it to you this way. Ridgeway Brewing, if you're paying any attention, quit making beers for us. Just make your beers and then send them to us. Yeah. Honestly, I think most people who are going to...
I want a true
Any
British
American
porter.
Who's going to go and say, gee, I really want to drink this porter because it's English, in all likelihood, wants it to be an English porter. Not, this is what England thinks America wants. So quit tailoring it for us. Really, honestly, craft beer drinkers.
That applies to tons of international.
And I'm not. I don't know whether I won't speak for outside of this country. Maybe German craft beer drinkers want something tailored for them. But here in America, if we're drinking an import, we expect that import taste. Nobody goes to the store and buys an imported beer who doesn't like imports.
Right.
Who isn't at least willing to say, okay, let's see what the this country's take on fill in the blank is. That's part of the whole thing about getting an import is the exotic nature and flavors of it.
Exactly.
And,
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like no one's doing us any favors by brewing. Hey, let's tailor make this one and ship it to the United States.
Mm-hmm.
No, I've never wanted or demanded a brewery that I'm like, God, I hope they tweak this recipe for what
just
they
for
perceive
my
to be
Western
American
palate.
taste.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, it's not insulting. It's just like you
but
don't have to do it. It's just not necessary.
And let's face it, you're not no Budweiser enthusiast is going to buy this bottle. Okay, I don't care if you made it 29 cents. like our boss, who's a huge Budweiser guy
From St. Louis.
from St. Louis, he's not going to buy this bottle. So that's my point here is tailoring a craft beer for a mass appeal just doesn't make any sense at all. It really doesn't.
Yeah. Well, even those drops there, I mean, it did look like water. It still, has the color of a porter and all that, but it's lacking in so many areas for a porter.
Yeah, I have to say that this little experiment in the Christmas ale endeavor, well, it wasn't a complete failure, but I'm glad. I think
overall,
I think combined, my grand total for all of the Christmas ales was about, God, I want to say, even the one that I didn't get on discount.
Oh, like $8 or something. I mean,
I think maybe 10. Let's call it 10 just to be safe. I think I spent $10 on all of those beers.
In keeping with the spirit of being blue collar and don't break the bank is motto. So yeah, you achieved those things.
I'll put it to you this way.
Quit coming over to my house and giving me crappy beer.
I know, yeah. On the plus side, my man...
Chris, help me.
He did. On the plus side, my man, Mr. Gone V6 on Instagram.
Yes.
Chris from Indiana did send us a box of Hoosier beers. We're very excited to try them out.
The next review probably will.
Yeah, actually.
We haven't decided which, but
it'll be one of those.
It'll be one of them. Right around Valentine's Day. Yeah.
Yep. So... we give it a try. I'll put it to you this way. I'm going to do, if the same opportunity presents itself in January of 2018 to buy a bunch of discounted clearance beers, I'll do it one more time. If the 2017 batch of Christmas beers falls as flat as this group did, forget it. I won't be doing a 2018. So, but yeah, like I said, if it shows up, and oftentimes after Christmas is the best time to hit for clearance sales, I'll see, and if it seems like it's worth it, great. Otherwise,
especially because so many breweries now release their spring beers early, in February. I mean, it's not even February yet.
Well ahead of spring, at least. Is
when we've seen it in the shelves. I mean, we're seeing January. The calendar still says January, but the beer is like, here's our spring. Like Cold Snap from Sam Adams, for example. That's been out already for a few weeks. So, yeah, they need to get these Christmas ones out, and the clearance sales on them probably start before New Year's Day, even.
Could be.
Or within the first 2 weeks of January.
And now is a good time if you are looking in the stores. Look on your clearance aisle for the Oktoberfest. Oktoberfests are supposed to be finished by January. This is the first part of February. So the Oktoberfests are supposed to be gone by now.
Right.
Oktoberfests are a seasonal beer. They're not supposed to be aged. They're not supposed to be kept on shelves for forever. There's a limited time span for them. So here, this first part of February, I would highly recommend, if you are into Oktoberfests, the Marzens, the Dunkelweisens, all those weird variations, then by all means, look to your grocery shelves and your retailer shelves. I see that we're closing in on a minute and a half.
We have a minute and a half.
And,
what will you be scoring that on tap, sir?
It's not. I'm going to give it a 3.0. That's the best I can do for this, and I think I'm being generous.
I think you're
quite
being
honestly.
a little generous. Yeah. I didn't think you were going to quite go that high. 2.5 probably for me.
You know what?
Sorry.
You talked me into 2.75. I'm going to bring it down. Seriously, I think 3.0
so
was a little too generous. So, yeah, we're going to go with 2.75. Especially because this wasn't a great deal. I mean, it was $1.99 for a 16.9 ounce beer.
Right.
However, I've had better American beers for the same price. So, especially considering that was a clearance price.
So the best thing basically about this beer is
the price.
Santa looks mad because you're looking at his ass. Look at his facial expression here. He's like,
he is not down with that.
He's like, ho ho ho. Yeah, my butt. Okay.
Well, we got less than a minute, so until next time. Drink good beer.
Drink good beer.
Don't break the bank doing it.
We seem not to be
able
to.
Exactly. And cheers. Hopefully the Hoosier beers next week will be much better.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Enjoy.